Oh, hello everybody! It's your Wonderful Wind Mage, your cruise ship servant, Chartreuse Proxy, ever and always at your service now. Oh my goodness gracious! It's here! It's a day early! I've been waiting for this for the longest of time now. You do not know how long I've been waiting for this. Today is a wonderful Sunday, and usually I do Sunday night variety night when it comes to it. But quite frankly, this has been something I've been waiting for 4 years now. Because the original game came out in 2021, and we are playing Teamfight Manager 2, not full release yet. This is just a Steam Next Fest demo. So I am looking forward to this. Oh baby. For reference when it comes to it here, people, this is a demo that is going to be part of Steam Next Fest. So that's going to be from October 13 to October 20, I believe. So that's 1 whole week. That is a small little expo for, game developers to, yeah, exactly so. Put their next demos, basically put their game on the radar for people. So it's only going to be available for Next Fest. So if you find me and my commentary interesting, because quite frankly, I think the thing I love about Teamfight Manager the most of it being an esports simulator is the fact I get to commentate matches. Then go ahead and download it, because after that 7-day period, the demo is going to be gone, okay? So just know that compared to other game demos. Now, I did try seeing if I could change things around with settings and all like that or so for the future. I did boot the game for like 5 seconds just to make sure that it ran well. But right now, the only thing that we can do is choose what league that we're going to be in and what team we're going to be coaching. Because I can't change team name or anything like that or so when it comes to it all. So let us, let's see here, out of America. Neon Raptors sounds cool. Let's be the Neon Raptors. But yeah, there's already settings that you can do. So you can only do varied settings in New Game Plus and Teamfight Manager 1. Oh, I can actually see the player stats and everything like that too. Ooh, that's actually kind of nice for the future. 3 bot laners in this team though. That is a identity. But then again, there's a kid who's 16 years old signed to this team. What the heck? That's a high ego as well. Oh my goodness gracious. Date for full release? No date for full release right now. But they did say Q4 2025, so hopefully November, December, maybe it's not too far off. But there's many different things we can do when it comes to it in the future, of course. So, champion pool from the beginning of the game with the original, how many champions are added in each patch, if there's a time limit on ban pick and everything like that or so. If Fearless is gonna be in, which I love Fearless draft and anything, so that would be so fun. Different tournament rules, everything like that or so when it comes to it all. And, well, yeah, there is a lot to figure when it comes to it then. But for now, let's go ahead and start this up and see how it's looking. Teamfight Arena, which gained immense worldwide popularity, was itself the symbol of esports. Everyone enjoyed Teamfight Arena, it seems it's eternal. But the fervor declined after several decades. It was then that Teamfight Arena 2 was released. Hello, congratulations on your appointment as the new coach of a Teamfight Arena 2 professional team. I am Cloud, responsible for overseeing your coach training process. Nice to meet you. I heard you're worried about not having enough knowledge about TA2, but there's no need to worry at all. Since the game was released recently, very few people truly understand it. Other team coaches are in a similar situation. Once you complete my training process, you'll be fully capable of performing your coaching duties. Before anything else, I'd like to briefly explain how Teamfight Arena 2 works. There's 2 buildings at the end of the map. Yay, Nexuses. Those buildings are called relics. TA2 is a game where 2 teams of 5 compete, and the team that destroys the enemy's relic first wins. In the game, each player of the team plays a champion. TA2 has a wide variety, but there are too many to explain at once, so we'll go over the champions step by step later. Excuse me. Because remember, Teamfight Arena 1, or Teamfight in the world of Teamfight Manager, was a 60-second arena fighter where the most kills wins. For now, let's understand the game by observing cases where the most basic champions are played. Two additional points have been added to each team, and it'll be the bot lane. Top, middle, bot, as usual when it comes to it. So standard MOBA designations for everybody. Upgrading champions, small units are called minions. Champs earn money by defeating minions and use them to buy items and also experience. Each one has one tower. In the early phase, each player aims to defeat as many minions as possible, harass, and destroy the tower, of course. Waiting. So that's Swordsman Fighter bot lane versus what was that? Archer Ice Mage? I gotta say, the Fighter as an engaged support is very interesting, but that was actually not too bad, quite frankly, for the support to get out of there. And for boost support to get out of there. Ice Mage actually gets away with murder, because that is a kill on the enemy ADC, and that means Archer should basically take this over now, right? Players fight to destroy their opponent's towers and destroy the relic. You won't directly control the champion, so just mastering the basic game rules is enough. And then ban pit phase, of course, like in any MOBA. So, good primer for anybody who's never played a MOBA before. Also, I'm seeing that my VTube studio just froze on me, so, okay, yeah, it's really lagging. YouTube studio, why are you lagging so much? Oh, wait, it got smooth for a second there. No, why is it lagging around? I don't know why. Oh well, we're fine. Ban pit is a crucial step in determining which champions the players will use. TFA is a typically 5v5, we'll just do it simplified. So simply so, my ban and pit phase. And these are everybody that I can use when it comes to it. Then, so one pit, one ban. So who would I not want to deal with in the bottom lane in that case? Well, Fighter guy does seem scary, but our character does like Modely, our bot laner, does want to play Archer potentially. Loyal would want to play Ninja, but he's not in the game then, so Priestess kind of exists there. So people who can potentially Archer doesn't necessarily, well, Archer doesn't mind Fighter too much, as they can just go backwards when it comes to it then. I'd rather take a Night Out. Might be Twitch had that yesterday. I mean, it seems like it bottomed out. So no Fighter. So Archer, they would take whoever they want. They go in, it says Soldier, and it did say that the translation is AI currently, but they're gonna update it. I'm seeing how it's like, Shrine Maiden is Pythoness, which they did see on the Steam page, they're like Sniper Soldier. But also that might just be, you know, actually, you know, Sniper becoming Soldier instead now. So, Sniper is a little bit of a problem when it comes to it then, at times. But I could also, I could take Priestess because they like it. Modely likes playing Monk though, too. That's not fully necessary. Because otherwise then I think Priestess could be fine. Because I want Archer to just pop off, so get 2 comfort kits. So, you don't have to swap people if you don't want to, but for support position player, another allied champion nearby when killing a minion, that allied champion will gain the gold instead. Okay, so that's actually pretty nice that CSing for support actually does get them the minions. You can swap people around however that you want when it comes to it then, for who's controlling who. And that's simple enough. Ooh, that's actually really nice that I can control POV and everything like that too. That's really good. And then I can actually drag around if I wanted to. For free cam? No, not exactly. Okay, first and foremost. Healing Shield, that's already just their ADC gone. Oh my goodness gracious, that is actually really funny. Also, Priestess can attack, it looks like. She actually has an attack function compared to Teamfight Manager 1, where she didn't get to attack at all. Ooh, that could have been a scary freeze because I was frozen on the 18th tower, but Modely's already level 3 compared to them being level 1, and they have to concede, and they're gonna drop another wave too. Yeah, that level 1 skirmish absolutely just cratered everything for them. So yeah, just giving Archer the shield if I want to at that point then, and then just letting her attack so fast. That's actually so oppressive because Archer can even like ability forwards, close the gap and just gap them. Yep, you're kind of seeing it. This archer is actually insane. They're only still level 1. That is actually such a bot gap. Alright, alright. My goodness gracious. I mean, it was only a 2v2, but hey, fair enough. Now it's first BP. Feel unsure, but with a few practices, you'll get the hang of it quickly. You can perform your managing actions outside of matches. There are many functions, but trying to cover everything at once would be overwhelming, so let's do it step by step. The inbots. Select the inbots at the top left. Check various information needed to manage your team. So Ninja and MK are added into the next BP. And check champ info from there on then. So can I just say, Swordsman got a massive glow up from TFA 1 to 2, Teamfight Manager 1 to 2, like so much. And I need to remember that not everybody's gonna have like the same abilities and everything like that or so. Fighter still has a stun and a slam. Knight doesn't provide a team-wide buff to everybody now, it's just themselves. Swordsman, instead of having a defense shred, he instead has an energy beam, a wave beam. And he now just slashes somebody 3 times when it comes to it. So it's a Zen ult from Paladins. Archer fires 1 arrow back. Oh, no, Archer's ultimate, rather, is a softer one when it comes to it, where it's their usual kickback that stuns, whereas the regular attack is a one's forwards. Oh, okay. Sniper gets more attack range over levels. Interesting, so they're Tristana. Fire 3 bolts at once, same as before. It's a healing field, and the healing field used to be Priestess ultimate in the first game, but that's just how it is now, and then the shield itself was her ability, now it's her ult. Shrine Maiden's still the same when it comes to it. It says that she now has a on-demand heal instead of the Total Gate. Monk has the usual Palm Strike to stun people instead of his big shield. That's interesting. Pyromancer has a bigger AoE when it comes to the fire field lasting. A fireball for magic damage. Still have your shield, still have your freezing field. Fire a shadow orb to dash at a hit enemy. So Ninja is Lee Sin now. Instead of having the infinite range teleport, he is Lee Sin coded. Dash towards the target roll and attack 3 times in succession. So I remember I was seeing like in the main lobby stream of watching Ninja attack, he was so sauced up during that, dude. Ninja already was so good and he's just even cooler. Explode mana on a long narrow line. Create a mana cord that pulls people. So still same ultimate, but Magic Wave is now a line when it comes to it. Copy that. Otherwise, seems like the usual is back. Tactics, coach staff is new. Training is there, and training and streaming are their own tabs. Recruitment is, however, solo rank is really interesting. I'm also curious about things like the manager traits we're seeing here, but that would come for the future. It's the same as. Who would I not want to deal with necessarily in that case then? Or rather, okay, the thumbs down is telling me what people, what our people don't want to pick. I also wish I could see what. Okay, wait, no, I can see what the others are like in that case then. Loyal. What if we go Archer Ninja and just try to absolutely like blow somebody up? We're going. It's the Pike bottom lane, dude. Again, I'll ban the Knight out. No MK. Still want to get Archer no matter what, though. Do I try to moat people with Fighter Priestess? No, it's no Ninja, because Ninja's always sauced up. Sniper again. What about tactic settings? You can set a tactic based on your team's comp and the game's direction. Actively engage or focus on growth? If I said one person one way, okay, no, it does set things up. You can set up everybody's stuff otherwise then, interesting. In team fights, stand at the forefront and initiate and focus on tanking. Formation, focus on fighting safely, and focus on targeting vulnerable enemies. Yeah, no, absolutely. I would do both of those then. Alright. Let me take a sip of my sweet tea. Because I have sweet tea and water, and I know I'm going to be commentating a lot when it comes to it. Oh, this full screen view is actually so nice, too. Hello? First and foremost, Poking going away. It's going to be the support that can take the most damage. Xiaohu already has to retreat back, and Modui is playing at the bush, trying to see what he can do. Xiaohu, again, has to go back, and he's actually going to have recall because of all the damage that he's taken on that poke when it comes to it now. Modui gets to just poke for free during all of that, and Dorian dies immediately on that note. It's already a level 3 to level 1 gap, and Royal is just kind of holding the wave when it comes to it then. He's getting some of the farm for himself so he can at least participate in fights, but he's looking for that level 3, that way he can also fight around. There's a stun onto Xiaohu, but the minions are cleared, and now it's just the blue lane still pushing out. Modui and Royal are just waiting around, and Dorian and Xiaohu are playing in the bush, smartly so. But they still have to give up space, as that is a total of a 3-level deficit. Make that a 4-level deficit. Shadow Ball does miss. That is a stun onto Royal from Xiaohu, but he goes right on in. One extra hit, and Royal is taken down too! The support is fed! And the bottom lane's already over again, dude. Man, Sniper's such a trap pit, man. Royal really saw Modui get the 1v1 and said, hold on, I got this. 2v1. Check the roster, see the team comp, and the detailed stats of each player, review them, click in the bottom right to proceed. So we can see things. Communication level, we can even see what they would like, or their position, because they can swap position. Very interesting. Berserker and Executioner. Berserker enters raids, increasing attack speed and lifesteal. Swaying the ground to launch enemies airborne. Interesting. Look. Starts an enemy to deal damage and bleed. And bleed is a vulnerable proc. Okay, interesting. See, Modui would be the bottom. When it says communication level, is that saying that we could get imports from... Is that saying that we can maybe literally say, like, dude, we are actually, like, going to lose our champion... we're gonna lose our star player, so we need to import a Korean to the roster? Is that what it's potentially implying for the future? Because if so, that's really, really funny. I'm not going to lie. So let's see here. There was 3 bot laners, right? Bibu? They're playing front lines when it comes to it then. You like playing front line when it comes to it as well, potentially. And then Modui is your traditional back line when it comes to it then, potentially. He's 6 years old. And then Royal is our only support when it comes to it then. I say so. But also at 6 points that you'll start the match. Yeah. There you go then. I could make somebody that is really bad at support a support, but that's totally fine. That's totally fine then. Unless they ban Archer, I could keep running it then. I was about to say Executioner could also really screw with Archer too, which should be bad. MK explodes mana in a line. But do I really care about that at that point then? Or should I just go back with Priestess in that case? And again, Ninja is also seeming to be really funny, so I kind of want to run that back and see if that was a fluke or not. But yeah, both of you be super aggressive, please. I'd like to see more of this bot lane dominance, absolutely so. So ending phase starts. Xiaohu and Doran already at the bottom again. Modui Royal looking immediately. Xiaohu gets the first aggression, and Royal actually teleports into the magic wave. Both supports are probably gonna have to recall back. Royal decides to recall back first. All the minion XP is going to go to Modui in that case, and he's already reached level 2 above the others, whereas it's only level 1, and Xiaohu has opted not to back yet. Very questionable choice, potentially, considering how he could absolutely just be run down in case Royal gets a Shadow Orb onto him then. Mojo is also stroking from the bushes. He goes in, like, Yahoo does dash away from Royal, and Royal is being super baited in. He might get the kill. He misses the orb, but Doran stays way too close at the very end of the day. He actually gets the kill anyways. Yahoo gets away with his life, but Doran sits around fighting way too long. I was on the wrong camera perspective. And because of that, Royal was able to get the free kill 1v2 underneath tower, but Mojo is a little bit too far ahead for his own good. Ultimate's backwards, but now it does feed the kill over. Shadow Orb misses, and that's another stun. That's another kill. The bot lane is absolutely turned now. Doran and Yahoo are actually one level ahead now. And that's an 800 gold gap. Absolute misplay and throw. You can see MK, it puts Magic Wave down. The wave has been cleared, and now she's just casually running away. Xiaohu kicks away after getting his wet damage on the tower. Royals trying to go in, misses Shadow Orb when it comes to it now, so he's not going to get anything out of it, but they're only one level down. Doran does have the most when it comes to it. Xiaohu does get another level now, but Mojo doesn't want to push past the bush. Laning phase goes in, Xiaohu goes in, gets a nice double hit when it comes to it, but that's way too deep. Doran isn't there to support, and Royal wants to go in. He gets one, he gets two hits, he gets the kill, and he gets out with his life. Not only does he reach level 6, but Mojo gets a Southie experience. Now it is 2 level 6s versus 2 level 5s, and they are still down for another 20 seconds altogether. Royals were just running it up mid lane, unironically now, and they might actually get the base off of this. Xiaohu is back, he has to kick in, but they do have a small wave. Shadow Orb misses, but they are just hitting the Nexus at this point now. Royal goes in, but Mojo can just hit the Nexus and it destroys! Relic, not Nexus. Take a look at the rankings tab. Check information about participating teams and their standings. And yeah, I could see how everybody else is doing. Proceed with the 3v3. I mean, I want to do my straight 5v5 soon enough, but we're fine. So we're seeing here, out of a league of 10, you have to make top 6 at the very least to make winners bracket, to make the playoffs. Top 4 for winners bracket, bottom 2 for, I'd say 5-6 for losers, or otherwise you don't even make it. Lancer and Ogre. Push back in usual. Move behind the enemy instead of it being a root. Each damage from an enemy champion increases max health by 4. It says 2. Does that mean 2? Or is Ogre gonna be the same as to where he takes damage like before then? Oh, a single target stun for... Okay, yeah, same Ogre as we now know and love. For a mid lane, I should have checked a little bit here. Let's put Godlike on there. His stats are infinitely better, and also, what the heck happened? Huh? Why did my GaleForce towers just pop off in my model? What the heck? VTube Studio, you good? Where do we start VTube Studios to do this real quick? Alright, 2 bans when it comes to it here. What would I not want to deal with in this case then? I think Lancer could absolutely grief me when it comes to it on that side. I think Executioner out. Got Chopping, maybe something reconnected. I mean, it just stopped altogether. Take Archer for Mowgli as always. Berserker for mid lane. And Swordsman for bottom. If it's Swordsman bottom lane, I think I might just go Priestess to take the bottom. And then for the last one, if it's Berserker who wants to lifesteal and everything like that or so. Wouldn't it technically be really good, yeah, to take Sniper? Because if you take Sniper for Godlike, they really like it, and you really just outrange. And it's Pyromancer. Oh wait, no, because I was getting walked into thinking it was just gonna be, you know, say Berserker mid. This is just the mid laner that took it. But yeah, my VTube Studio's stopping on me here. Let me refresh it on my app. If it's getting weird, then that's just how it rates, and I'll just have to fix things around then another day. But it is being a little bit... Oh, okay, hold on. Because The only other thing right now is that Tech doesn't want to connect now too, so let me check my Wi-Fi. No, still not on the Wi-Fi. Disconnect. Oh, Fuji is just also being weird. What the heck is going on here, dude? What the heck is going on? If it's being mean to me like this or so, then that's just gonna be an adjustment I'm gonna have to take care of then in that case. Okay, towers are back. Fuji. Fuji's good. Okay, no, we're good. Interesting then, if we have, I was about to say, if we start getting aggressive in that case then we can see if we can have our bot laner at either pressure or, yeah, loyal, or for other lane intervention means that he can roam out and try to help out the others then in that case. But let's be an aggressive team. Early game tactics, mid dive, bot dive. I think I still want bot to just succeed in every retrospect that they can. So, okay. Full screen when it comes to it here. So first and foremost, Godlight's already being pushed to the tower when it comes to it. Mid lane is going to be a little bit of a gap when it comes to it, and you can also see as well that the Berserker Pit is made to put a lot more pressure, but Asteroid already is actually looking for a dive ASAP when it comes to it. However, it's not enough. The Priestess Healing is way too much, and Cacao already falls. Meanwhile, Godlight gets to push to the tower and already has a level lead, but Rudu immediately roams out, and the Sniper is naked. They have no minions. They are dead in the water now. And with the minion wave already also pushed, only bouncing back to the middle of the lane, this is a very volatile experience. However, Rudu is already low HP and Asteroid's already roamed out. Loyal does not get hit by... No! He's standing inside the damaging field, but he does survive thanks to his own. And the Danes just keep going back and forth, dude. Godlight's actually just gonna have to farm underneath tower. And with their minion wave pushed in, blue team's actually got to sit back. Neon Raptors is staying there. Cacao is still level 1, but he is shadowing to make sure Asteroid can get a safe push in. It's going to be some free tower damage by the minions, but there's so much unknown pressure because bottom lane is not showing at all. Now, Rudu is finally doing something here, but Loyal is also roaming out. He immediately senses that there's danger, and Cacao does bait up the shields. Asteroid actually diving onto Loyal, but Loyal gets to survive. Meanwhile, Modway and Rudu have been bouncing back and forth, but no kills have really gone out with them so far. Everybody's grouping mid, and they're really trying to push Godlight out of the way now. You can see bottom lane has absolutely just been pushed all out, and the tower is gone. So really, it's gonna fall onto if Cacao can hold things over. That's gonna be a 2v1 kill. Rudu does get out of there, but Cacao has to go back. That's gonna mean that's gonna be a minion wave crashing onto a tower, but everyone's gonna be trying to defend the relic instead, because Asteroid has such an advantage over Godlight. 2-level advantage, minion wave here. Modway and Loyal have to bail out their mid laner because everything's kind of gone to shit, quite frankly, here. The tower has not been taken down. The outer tower has not been taken in bot lane, and Cacao and Rudu can actually just use that entire advantage to keep pushing it out then, because the entire team has to stay inside of the lane thanks to Asteroid's advantage, and quite frankly, the Sniper Pit seems to have been a bit of a troll. Modway staying back, opting to safely farm instead with the minion waves pushed in, but is it going to be too little too late? The Relic's already at 1/3 HP, Rudu is threatening, but there is a huge advantage in status. However, Godlight is already gone. Loyal is gone as well. That is a tower dive, and Rudu gets another double kill for the enemy Relic. Yeah, Sniper is not it, dude. Let's check the individual schedule. What is the upcoming schedule in the schedule tab? Yes, please. That is a huge transfer window, dude. Transfer window for 1.5 months before... Oh, that's so cool, getting to see everything across regions, man. That is actually so cool. Dual Blader added to the game. enemy chart. So charge without a prerequisite stun compared to Teamfight Manager 1. Slash with dual swords. Damage is increased if they are mobile, so okay, you want to find stuns with them then. Let's go ahead and do the same thing when it comes to it here. Let's try other things in this case. What did kind of hurt there when it comes to it? Well, swordsman kind of got to be free. Let's take that out of the way. Who else do I not want to deal with? I kind of want to try, what's his face? I kind of want to try Dual Blader, but if they have two people to play Dual Blader, then we're not going to do that then. Alright, I keep picking Archer, but honestly, maybe I should stop doing that. Let's pick Ninja just to be funny. Fighter, Archer themselves. So what could deal with that potentially then? A Monk necessarily wouldn't be bad. I'm thinking that could be the bot lane in that case then, which could be a little bit scary considering they have a lot of good mobility. So Ice Mage would be really good to potentially lock them down. Since that, or it could even take Knight too. Taunt somebody and let the ninja run onto them when it comes to it then. They could absolutely have my own dive on dive in that case. Because that could be bot lane either way when it comes to it then. Or that could just be Royal Ninja in that case. If you put Ice Mage into... If you put Ice Mage potentially into mid lane. I did Monk, actually. Yeah, I could actually have him just bounce everything and then Sniper. What am I doing? Oh, but Godroid doesn't like playing Ice Mage. Oh, too bad. You are gonna play passive in that case, my friend. You are playing passive. But the bot lane is playing aggressive. Let's do this thing. It's ninja support then, baby! Ninja support! That's so cool that you can toggle vision when it comes to it, quite frankly. I love that command as well. So immediately, mid lane has a little bit of poke when it comes to it. Godroid staying safe, and also thanks to the range advantage, it's like bot is going to be a little bit more volatile with the fact that it'll always be pushing into them. Now Loyal immediately does die, going in first. Mowgli can keep healing himself up, keeping himself safe, so it's just going to come down to how much poke that he gets back onto aiming. However, all that extra minion damage is causing a bit of a scuffle, so it's going to be a little bit hard for them to try to hold things to it. Meanwhile, Freddy and Godroid are still trading around. The minions keep pressing up to Godroid, but it's nothing a good recall will just balance it out. Meanwhile, aiming does stay a little bit back. The minion wave does push in, so it's all about burst control, but you can see it is a 3-level advantage right now in the bottom lane. Loyal does try to dive on ZZ Tai, but it is way too much. The Archer pick is way too much. Now, it is a double melee bot lane I did go into, but I'm just screwing around when it comes to it now. ZZ Tai is going to go back. He's going to complete his Cursed Dagger, and now it's all about aiming, just wanting to see how much he wants to roam around. Mid lane has just been pretty nice and quiet right now, but Freddy has been CSing better than Godroid, and he's a whole full level ahead. Not to mention now, he's looking to gain bot lane as well. This is very scary when it comes to it then. What's that Loyal? Loyal was pushed out for half his HP. It's not going to be able to do much. Mowgli tries to get a heal in for Loyal, but he's just left to Rod. That is very disconcerting for Neon Raptor's chances as Godroid tries to push up to the tower. Aiming roams out, and that should just be a 1-2-3. That's just a dead mid lane when it comes to it at the end of the day here. Bot lane tower is getting pushed in by ZZ Tai. Loyal finally does go in against him, but that Archer just deals so much damage. It is scary. That is scary. I should just be going with boring pits, but instead of just going with people's preferred pits now. But then again, that is a Archer support that's kind of blasting off. And Sniper's actually going to do something this time around too. Then again, you know, I'm falling back on my Teamfight 1 knowledge, and also too, like, thinking, let's see what we can or cannot disrespect. But then again, Swordsman's always been contentious. Fighter, on the other hand, has not. Fighter has always been good in Teamfight 1. That is a full bot dive when it comes to it. Mojo is able to keep himself alive. Does he bait Amy into a fight? Well, he kind of does with Royal, but Royal is 3 levels down, and he's not going to be able to do anything. He blinks into Freddy and just dies on his own. Godlike trying to push out mid lane, but quite frankly, that's a 3-man roam, and Godlike's used all of his abilities on wave terrain when it comes to it now. Does Freddy eco challenge? No, it does not, as the bot lane does rotate and get out of there. You can see right now, Zizatai is just taking all the farm, and it is 6 levels combined versus level 6 Zizatai. They decide to go in 2v1 on him. Loyal finally does get the kill. He goes up twice off of that, and Mojo is able to heal up, take the peel off Amy now. Oh, it's all about if Amy can outplay mechanically. He does get 1, 2, 3 slashes in. Loyal blinks back in, but he doesn't die. Amy doesn't die, and now it's just a standoff here. Modwi presses his abilities onto the minion wave, decides not to take the eco challenge, and instead, it's all about if Freddy wants to push anything more onto the relic. They are tied level 7 apiece when it comes to. Godroid gets the freeze on the Freddy. Does Loyal go in with the Shadow Ball? He only hits a minion with it, but the relic is dying. No support on this otherwise now. They have to look for a good engage, because with no towers up, this is absolutely a game that needs to turn on its head. Amy's threatening right now. Shadow Ball goes in. Loyal goes in. 1, 2, 3 hits, but he dies way too fast. Modwick can only do nothing else but wait as the relic goes down, and that's gonna be another loss. Cries. Yeah, no, the supports absolutely are going off with the damage pits, but that's two melee versus a ranged. So, trying it from red side. Cavalry! I've been so curious about Cavalry, dude, because I've been seeing him in the stuff, in everything here, and I really want to play him, quite frankly. Because, dude, double move speed? Essentially, so much move speed. That is so enticing. Charge in a straight line to impale the first enemy, rooting them. Dude, Cavalry Dual Blader seems really freaking great, potentially. Increase move speed by 20% for 4 seconds. Enhance weapon to a flame lance, adding burn damage on attacks. Ooh. That seems really fun. No sniper. At this point, then I think it has to be you're taking the archer, so... But we're red side, so I have to ban the archer. They banned the fighter smugly in that case then, so I think what I'd like to do otherwise is probably ban... I've been enjoying Oil's Ninja, but I really shouldn't be thinking about... Well, I could, but it's going to be more of a skirmish game, I think. They take the cavalry themselves. No, cries. Well, if they're doing something like that, what I could do, let's try something like Shrine Maiden and Ogre. I really want to try Ogre. Executioner and Lancer. This is interesting to say the least when it comes to it here. Because the Lancer wants to push people around. It's all about moving when it comes to it here. I'm thinking because of this here, I could go MK potentially. Dual Blader also seems enticing when it comes to it as well, because if I just get them with a stun, then I can just follow up with that at any time. I kind of just want to 3, 2, 1 detonate people when it comes to it then. Because it's that, and I also want to make sure that Berserker actually, that we aren't even switching heals. But it depends on where I want to go. So if you want to keep bot lane in that case then, on this side of have Modley and Royal take Ogre and Shrine Maiden respectively. My thoughts, because it's that, or it's even more volatile otherwise then. Executioner will pull somebody into them when it comes to it. Go Dual Voider mid. And do something like that then. It's Cavalry bot, Executioner, and then, yeah, let's stick with that. I do think I want Godlike to be aggressive when it comes to it. but I just want this to scale potentially. I want Mid to be aggressive, but I want everybody else to scale. So let's keep this going. Let's keep this going here. So I pressed the button, I pressed number 4 because I was curious what highlight was, and that is really going to speed things up until you get a highlight play, which it seems like I missed it right there, that the bottom lane of High and Totoro obviously just dunked on hours of Mode and Royal, unfortunately, when it comes to it here, but I don't want to do only highlight plays. I do want to see commentate matches out, so we're just going to sit on this here. So, absolute advantage right now when it comes to it. That is really funny to hear the Ogre roar, so it is every time they take damage that they will scale up in the HP and everything like that and all. That is immediately dive onto Loyal. That is so much damage onto Loyal. That is a 3-level lead over on the bot lane, and Cavalry does so much, dude. Dude, he's ahead by 1.65k. The roam is there too, and it's all so over, it feels like already. Okay, maybe I'll speed things up a little bit here. Because, yeah, that's a level 1 bot lane, dude, versus level 4 and 5. That is actually so drowning that it's actually embarrassing. Also, I don't like how it swaps, because I thought it was going to stay on, like, F1, 2, 3, and whatever stuff like that for your team. Or, like, for blue side, and then, like, you know, it sits through 10 on red side for switching camera controls. But it flips depending on if it's your team on red or blue, which that is very disorienting, I've got to say. Like, that is so brief, unironically. And I am speeding things up right now because it seems like that this is kind of destructive. Cavalry seems insane. Cavalry seems really insane on all of the early stuff and all of the early previews, and I really want to rot them. But they had blue side and they bit them first, and I'm not having a good time. Now, to be fair, I'm kind of like waiting things out to just play 5v5 because I really want to get to it, but hey, we're seeing it. I want to do 5v5, Devo! Oh, well, it's fine. One of the most important game modes, Mordard. Starting from 4v4, a powerful monster named Mordard spawns when the game reaches 330. The monster is not easy to defeat, but successfully defeating it grants a powerful boost to the team that kills it. All chance of the team to defeat Mordard receive a permanent stat bonus, and their minions become significantly stronger for a certain duration. My game also might have frozen on me for a second here. Uh-oh. Okay, we're good. Defeating Mordard is a crucial factor in winning the game, so it's something to consider doing the man pit strategy. Let's do a 4v4. What is new? Gunner. Attacks enemies while moving. Same as before. Sit sports in a straight line. Interesting. Well, out of our roster when it comes to it, then we have 2 top laners. Interesting. Fly at 25 years old has a lot of good stats. The main Stan is 21, but he is super aggressive. Super aggressive, but not as mechanically good. So I think I'll probably have him be my top. Ringtoll, your stats are dog compared to Godlight. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna have to keep rocking these boys then for now. So, who would I want to ban? Let's take Fighter out. No, my Cavalry! I want to play Cavalry so bad, dude! I really want to play Cavalry. Okay, take Executioner out. Let's pick Archer first, so let's actually try to win some matches now. There's Sniper Pit. Well, that easily goes to Priestess then. Swordsman. Swordsman Pit. I kind of want... What does Fly like? They like the heavy armor guy who's not in the game yet when it comes to it. Okay, so I have my bot lane when it comes to, so I need a mid and a top. If I'm thinking about it here. Pyromancer wouldn't be bad at all when it comes to it. We can zone them out. If they'll take Pyromancer, And then probably go them up top with Dual Waiter. Why doesn't White play no answer when it comes to it, so that's totally fine. Since that, I take Ninja actually, and just, oh no, I already have Priestess then. I could just play a keep away composition in that case then. Destroy them from range? Which are from range in that case? And have dual, well, Dual Waiter is to follow up on Archer, but I only have the two stuns from Archer Ultimate and then from Dual Waiter in that case then. So not fully everything to follow up. I can also shred Frontline in that case then. I'm just worried that if Dual Waiter runs them by themselves, they get destroyed by Sniper, but I need a Frontline. Unless we go full backline again, but that seems a little bit troll when it comes to it then. I might just give it up to Lancer, but why play Lancer? It might just be Knight then. Yeah, let's just pick up Knight. Let's just be nice and boring. Berserker top. I also keep swapping around people and then Echo Swift bottom. Lancer mid. Copy that. Hello Crimson, I hope you're doing well now. Hope you're doing well. So let's think about this here. Fly, you are our front line when it comes to fights here. We're doing tactics. I think I want bottom dive to be absolutely the priority. Is that or mid? No, bottom dive to help support the bot lane there. Top split push. In mid to late game, the top player moves separately from allies to potentially push a lane. Interesting. So you can put split push if you want to in that case. Well, I don't think I want split pushing here necessarily. Mid-lane fight tendencies. I want to seek fights. I don't mind engaging. I don't mind them engaging into us rather. So I think I'd rather have that. Midline, you are our. I think I'd take you as the assassin in that case and try to honestly help out, to try to punish somebody. Then let's go ahead and do that. Alrighty. And honestly, if the patch notes come out and Ninja gets buffed immediately, I'm going to cry. Actually, it would be so hilarious if he does get buffed. So immediately, Godlight gets to push out naturally the lane thanks to having their fireballs, and Freddy just has to farm underneath the tower. Fly and Alone are going to keep trading blows, but it's just going to be absolutely just Fly surviving the laning phase as much as possible. However, that is a very early roam out as Fly does actually gank out. The fireball hilariously misses despite the taunt, and Godlight is trying to do all that he can to help support the top. When it comes to it here, bot lane is kind of being neutral, and at the very end of the day here, Freddy does have to retreat from the mid lane. Fly keeps trading around with Alone, however, the lifesteal might be back soon enough. The taunt, he's trying to drag him into the tower, but it's not enough. Meanwhile, Mowgli at the bottom lane is absolutely getting the HP advantage on aiming. Thanks to the Priestess healing, they aren't able to get any serious advantage, and even with the Flame Wave hitting, Zizatai can't do too much. Godlight's actually going out for bot. This is going to be a tower dive potentially. They could clear out the minion wave immediately. No, he does not. He just gets one minion and has to concede back to try to clear out the wave. However, Fly is here. They're looking to push out Freddy. Freddy does swipe Godlight back, but he's going back in, maybe thinking he can pick off low since he's only level 1. It's actually not going to pan out to be anything as the waves keep pushing out. Alone actually gets taunted inside the minion wave, so this is a very bad trade for him up until he gets the lifesteal up. He finally does, but again, not a good trade fighting into the minions. However, he does get pushed into the tower, and a great taunt from Fly gets first blood as he's able to push the Berserker into tower range, and he dies immediately. What an amazing kill! Holy crap! Fly does buff his HP a little bit here as Godlight continues looking to push aiming out. He wants to keep this bottom lane immediately out of the way, and he's watching those recalls, trying to see if anything can happen. But he's too big for his own britches. He dies roaming. So Freddy not only gets a free wave at the bottom, but he gets to keep pushing things out. Zizatai gets emboldened by that kill. He's able to kill Loyal, but it's a trade 1-for-1 as Mowgli gets a kill back. So level 4 for Mowgli, level 4 for Zizatai. Meanwhile, Fly gets dodged by 2. Freddy goes in for a huge tower play. However, the shield and the increased HP for Fly's ultimate keeps it alive, and Freddy somehow does not die to tower shots either. Fly is playing out of his mind right now for one of the bigger gold weights in the game at 300. Meanwhile, Mobley continues to push, aiming out of the way. It is 2 levels down in the bottom lane. As you can see, Mobley keeps looking, he keeps threatening. It is a very scary situation. Right now in mid lane, Oil is hovering over Godlight, trying to make sure that nothing happens to him untoward as they keep pushing out mid lane. You see, Freddy is kind of struggling. Alone and Fly keep trading blows, and even with the Berserker mode, Fly baits him into tower again. That's only 1 tower shot. That might be 2. Alone just instead tries to push for a tower point, and he dies again. Top die. Royal does die at the very end, and aiming gets a double kill, rolling out to mid lane as Mobley and Zettai just battle back and forth at the bottom lane. This is a very volatile game. At the moment, the gold is slightly in favor overall, as even with because of all the roaming, Freddy's been able to silently just keep things up. And you can see here they are pushing. They're pushing past the tower. You can take the relic past the tower? Oh, that should not be intentional. Hello? Because they literally just said, screw the tower. Game. They didn't even take any towers and they just ran past and took the relic? That should not be allowed. What is that? What is that? Hello, Zuri. I hope you're doing well. Just don't get the wrong idea about this, though, okay? It's only because you redeemed that and you're visiting me again, okay? Look, quite frankly, I'm just happy that you're here to experience the joys of Teamfight Manager 2 with me here, and also listening to me commentate and crash out live on stream. Quite frankly, I wouldn't be doing anything else if not only for my own satisfaction, not for yours, okay? Alright. Pole Warrior. I've also been curious about Pole Warrior, because you've seemed so interesting watching you play. Jump at a short distance and strike down with the pole to deal double your attack, damn it. 100 plus, I thought it was 100% plus 100%. 100 plus all of your attack damage. So yeah, 200 damage, essentially at base. Move a short distance, stand on the pole to become untargetable, then swing to deal that damage to everybody within range. I mean, you've been the Wukong at speed, absolutely so, but you seemed really fun too, so I really kind of want to try you out. So still no jungle for this net start. So take fighter out. No executioner, that's perfectly fine by me. I don't want to deal with Sane Sniper anymore. Cavalry, baby! I can finally take cavalry. They took Pole Warrior. No. I wanted Pole Warrior so badly. I wanted to take them so badly. Okay, let's take Archer. That seems like to be our safe pick when it comes to it right now. Berserker, Pole Warrior, Swordsman. That is a lot of potential dive, I feel. So Lancer wouldn't be bad to get to just say a get off me button, and I think I will take that then. I'm thinking dual waiter potentially too, because I want to follow up, because we have 2 ways to make people immobile at the moment. 3, actually 3 if I pick dual waiter, because I really want to try the dual waiter experiment. So Mobley gets his Archer when it comes to it here. I want to put Royal in the bottom lane to have him roam out potentially. Berserker, Swordsman, very interesting. I mean, it's that, or actually, I give Royal what's his face, the dual blader, and have them try to bot that way. I also think being able to just go back and forth, just having a support that roams constantly would be really fun. And Cavalry absolutely could enable that, so I think I'd do that. So, I think for Mobley, I want you to be aggressive, absolutely so. I need you to be the back line though, or I need Royal to be an initiator when it comes to it. Godlight, I want you to passively farm the lane when it comes to it here, and see if you can see if you can get wonders off of that. And Royal, I want you to be aggressive. Otherwise, if it comes to it, then Royal can split push top because he can easily get an advantage over us. And if we get top going, that means that when a Mordard comes along, then we can have turret priority. So let's go with that as our strategy. Alright. Sip of my sweet tea. Let's keep this going here. So, we can see here, we need to swing for free CS when it comes to it here. We're going to see how well the two lanes poke with each other here. Quite frankly, it's also going to be a high-octane matchup in the bottom lane. Amaz already roaming out to bottom lane. Loyal takes a lot of poke damage. It's going to be all on Modway's hands to see what they can do for safe poking, because quite frankly, they are the only ranged character when it comes to it there. So we're going to see what they can get. Amaz's roam does help push Loyal out when it comes to it, but it's at the expense of damage to his own tower. Fly dies to surrender because the turret is so ramped up on damage. That is a massive throw and should not be allowed. Surrender is still only level 2, but he's about to level up against Fly, who's only Fly, who's only at half the experience bar. And that is such a huge throw. Alright, so bot lane to get spicy again. Loyal threatens, but he doesn't do anything more than that when it comes to it here. Meanwhile, top lane looking to be dived. Amaz is roaming out when it comes to it. Surrender is ready to level up. That is a very good stop, a very good knock-up hit onto Amaz. It's not within tower range though, so Fly does have to keep farming safely though. Meanwhile, you can see Godlight potentially threatening to dive on bottom here. Loyal trying to do what he can. That's actually a root on the Totoro, and Totoro dies completely. The play could keep going on, but meanwhile, Surrender threatening so badly. Fly does smartly play out of range, so he doesn't get hit by the tower shot again, and Surrender will have to go back. Amaz and Godlight seeing each other, debating about Spear Machine, but Godlight decides against it because he's inside the enemy jungle, and instead just goes back to farming the mid wave, keeping it pushed out. As you can see, the damage of the tower is already 1/3 out when it comes to it here. Meanwhile, Loyal and Modway, off of that one kill on the Totoro, absolutely are pushing the lane in. Loyal's zoning even further in. He's zoning high out as well, so that way he can't get any experience as well. And you can see, it's absolutely a bot lane gap at the moment. Meanwhile, Amaz still threatening the top lane dive as Loyal keeps rushing around. Amaz gets the clear, but that's a huge dive potentially back in. Fly looking for the kill. He gets the kill, and meanwhile, Loyal in the bottom lane takes down Totoro once again. That's a 2-0 for Neon Raptors as they continue to run rampant. Totoro does finally get level 2 from getting the minions, but at what cost to High? High is only level 1, and the Berserker is so far behind. Fly, however, gets stunned by Surrender, and that is a solo bolo at the very top. Tower does go down though. Totoro dies defending it, just Godlike and Loyal are way too good at the game. Berserker has to keep falling back as High is still level 1. Modway can threaten because he's a level 4 archer, taking all the farm, and High just has to use a speed sword on Berserker to get the heck out of there. You can see, Modway is threatening the relic. Meanwhile, Amaz has to hold tower and see if he can do anything. Loyal is running around at the speed of sound, saying, hey, go ahead. Threaten the mid lane if you want. I'm right here. I'm covering. He actually doubles back and forth, waiting to make a play. Surrender is coming to cover. That means top lane is open for in case any damage to come around. Loyal gets a little too big for his bridges though, and he gives up a kill for free. Fly gets his better judgment, decides, okay, maybe this isn't the play to make then. However, it is 3 people grouped mid, and they seem like they want to push up the tower. After Modway takes a poke from Swordmaster though, Swordsman decides against it. High, finally getting some solo farm to himself. He is catching up in the game though. Meanwhile, Sturmus breaks out in top lane. Fly does take a bit of damage and Godro decides to fall back. Funnel some experience into Modway and you see Mordard does spawn. Modway's a bit ahead on the play. However, he gets nothing to play. Oh, Loyal comes back in. He gets 1, he gets 2, and he's turning the fight around. They thought they caught Modway, but instead, Loyal has caught them. That's another kill for Loyal. That's 2 more. Modway gets the entire team wiped out in an unofficial quadra kill, and they're pushing down the relic. The cavalry is way too good, but Fly might feed and die to a minion. They recall safely. They get out of there. Mordard isn't taken, but the waves have been absolutely chipped down. And it looks like they're making the play on Mordard following this up. Godlight follows up. Totoro is dead in the water. Amaz is doing what he can, but Godlight sweeps through him. And again, it's another push onto the relic. Nothing to stop Neon Raptors as Loyal has taken the game over. I don't know damage to the enemy team because he was taken out of the game so early. Oh my goodness gracious. That is hilarious. Cavalry is broken, dude. Oh my goodness gracious. I thought Teamfight Managers, Teamfight Arena was hard to commentate, but my goodness gracious, is this already a lot? I'm gonna get some water. I'm gonna be right back. But what a game to start, man. God, I'm loving this. I'm loving commentating this.